about interesting. Seems to not tile. What if we do a mirrored? Our mirrored road. Seems to tile better than our non-mirrored road. There's a little bit of a rush, that's it. Nah. You know what? Let's just use the same one. Okay. So this is how it goes. So now that we have this, I'm gonna just kind of make this a prefab. In here, I'm gonna make a prefabs folder. Prefabs. And save this as a prefab. And if I put this here, we did go through some lengths to make sure that these roads tile. Oh yeah, 180. 154.7. They do tile. Does this one tile as well? It should. It's just our normal maps don't quite meet in the middle there. Yeah, it should probably be alright. So prefabs, we had a regular road type and we got 0.75 here. You can prefab this one as well. Made that into a prefab. And now I'm going to go into my object manager, put these things in here instead, road type 1 and road type B. Delete this one for now. Go back to my trigger, put my trigger somewhere here like in the middle. And go into my trigger script. On trigger enter, instantiate. Now here's where the object manager comes in really handy. Object manager dot s dot road type B. And then right before that we're gonna do if game object dot name. So this is the name of the current game object. The trigger is trigger type A. Then instantiate object manager dot s dot road type B. And then the same for B, instantiate road type A. And then we're just gonna kind of keep looping there. So instantiate object manager.s road type B. Then it's gonna ask me for the position. Now the position is new vector. What were we saying here? What's the offset? Oof, I deleted it. Keep forgetting. It's 154.75. So our private float offset is equal to shit. It's like they disabled copy and paste for some reason. I don't know what's wrong with this. This should work. F. Yeah. And new vector 3 0 0 offset, and then the object, the rotation is the same as what our prefab is, which is row type B dot rotation. And let me just see what that does. So what it should do is when we enter the trigger, spawn a road. So let's see. So guys, running, and boom, the road got spawned. Woo! Wonderful. It actually worked. Now how do we keep this going in a type of infinite loop? So what needs to happen, there needs to be another trigger there, etc., etc. So what we're gonna have here now, so this road type and this trigger type A, I'm gonna put it inside the test road terrain, and I'm gonna prefab that. Then I'm gonna put this in here, and I'm gonna make another trigger put this in the other one. And call this on trigger type B. So, thanks. So there's multiple ways to do this. So I'm gonna show you this. This is kind of a cheap way of doing it. So and you can still keep the same trigger type A script. We just kind of called it that because, you know, if you want to go, you could give a different script to a different trigger. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go by the name, and I'm going to spawn a road type A, and it's going to be an offset. Now the offset should be ×2 based on the number of roads. So in the object manager, I'm going to be saying, I'm going to keep a track of like how many roads. A public int road amount is equal to 1. Then times road amount. It's actually object manager.s times road amount. So you can see how the singleton comes in handy, is that you can access this value from object manager just by doing object manager, the name of the class, dot s dot the thing you want in it. So every time we instantiate one of these, we're going to increase the road amount. So road amount plus plus, which is another way of just saying plus equals to 1. Or I just like to say plus plus. But let's just do plus equals to 1, just for simplicity's sake. And the same thing over here. And road type a rotation. Now let's see if this actually works. I'm just gonna make sure that this road type mirrored, I'm gonna make that a prefab too, because now it has the trigger inside of it. So what it should do now is it should just kind of keep going if I just made my code correct. Which I still think it probably might have some issue, but let's wait and see. So let's try it out. So guys going, makes a road, keeps going. Hopefully we'll make another road at the right place. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going. Made another road, yes! Alright, so we have pretty much the formula needed for an infinite runner. There you go. Now the seam is alright. He's just gonna kind of keep going. Keep going. Boom. There's another road. Now, obviously to keep things clean, what we want to do is probably put like some sort of expiration on the road. Another thing I noticed is that our character seems to be running a little bit off center. I think our roads are a little bit, are a little bit rotated weird. So if we just go back here, cool. And let's try that again. Let's play. So Object Manager is just a good way to store different variables, and the singleton that I explained is just a way for you to access an Object Manager without always having to pull it into like each and every object, referencing the Object Manager each and every time. Since there's only one Object Manager at any time in the game, you should always be able to call it just by calling its class name. Now that I fixed the rotation on our prefab, I think that our guy is not going to go off center of the road. But it's infinite now. It's just going to keep going and going until you run out of memory. Now the way to not run out of memory would be to create like some sort of expiration, like I said. What else I could do here is I